We have the latest now on that dramatic fiery crash at the Canada-U.S. border that grabbed headlines around the world. You can see in the video a speeding car which flew into the air before crashing into a customs booth, killing the driver and the passenger. Authorities are still investigating how and why the crash happened, but New York's governor says there is no indication of terrorism. Chris Ensing now joins us from the Rainbow Bridge in Niagara Falls, New York. Chris, good morning to you. What is the scene there this morning?
Yes, Travis, I just watched these officials pull in. You can see right over my shoulder here, these are U.S. Customs and Border agents who have come onto this scene this morning, and we've seen more vehicles as well popping in as they try to continue this investigation and also clear up the damage left behind. Right behind me is where this occurred. We've seen that video of this vehicle traveling at high speeds, hitting a piece or an object and flying through the air, and then that fiery crash that happens afterwards. We do know that 2 people have been killed, the driver of that vehicle and a passenger. We know that one of those individuals is from Western New York. We're not certain, officials are not saying who the other individual may have been. We do know as well that there was a border agent that was injured in this. They were taken and treated at a hospital and then released. The path of that vehicle actually traveled behind me here. You can see just over here, tire marks aren't present, but what is the tire marks inside of the grass that rips it up, spins dirt, and then you can see where it launched. And then if you come over here on the other side, you can see damage on the border that remains closed. There's a gate system here that has been bent and crippled from the force of that vehicle. And then you can see what appears to be remnants from that explosion or chars on a post that is up there as well. That's about 3 times the height of me. So this vehicle certainly traveled high in the air as well. When this occurred yesterday, borders across Canada, crossings from Ontario into Michigan, into New York were put on high alert. 4 bridges that connect Western New York to Ontario were shut down. 3 of them have now reopened. This bridge remains closed. Here's what someone who witnessed this described it as.
First thought it was an airplane. It looked like slow motion. And I said, my God, it's a car. And it's a vehicle and it's flying through the air. He hit the concrete barrier probably right at the signal, God knows how many thousands of feet before the bridge. It went airborne. The vehicle began to turn sideways and went under something overhead, and then it hit something over there.
And just watching the aftermath as people clean up here, the governor had referred to this vehicle as being incinerated. People that I've spoken with have talked about how they weren't sure why this happened or what happened, and that caused the initial panic, but are relieved to hear that it is not believed to be connected to any terrorist act and that there is no word of what might have been any intent or if this is just a tragic accident at this time.
Okay, Chris, so as we say, the investigation is ongoing at this point. A lot of activity there this morning. What do we know right now in terms of the facts?
Yes, so what we know right now is that 2 people were killed, that a border agent is injured and has been released. The FBI looked into this and they have said that there was no explosive device found inside of this vehicle or at the scene, and that they do not have any motivation attached to this at this time, but they do not believe it is terrorism related. That investigation now handed off to the police department. The governor had this to say about this event.
Rainbow Bridge will remain closed while law enforcement continues investigation. Again, this is a large, widely scattered scene, and we're trying to identify all the elements to make sure that there is no unforeseen situations that we need to address before we can open again to the public.
That's the big question remaining now as well. When will this bridge reopen? This is Thanksgiving here in America. Typically a very busy travel weekend. No crossings occurring at this moment right now. All other crossings have returned to normal. There is one about 15 minutes away from here, but we'll keep a close eye on those details as they continue this investigation and the cleanup effort.
Chris Ensing for us at the Rainbow Bridge in Niagara Falls, New York. Our thanks to you.